Hello everybody, I'm Cogliano, you're watching the On Live Show. If you're tuning in for the first time, this is a movie review show and I review the latest films every week. And this week I saw God Bless America. God Bless America is a new film by Bobcat Goldthwait, I think that's how you say it, and it is a dark comedy about this guy named Frank who is played by Joel Murray, and he decides that he is just fed up with society and he wants to kill everybody that he despises. And this movie starts out pretty promising, and I like the concept, and from the trailer I was definitely interested and it looked like it could be a lot of fun. But this movie is something that's kind of only works as a shorter film, and this movie turns out to be way longer than it has to be, and it just doesn't work as being as long as it is. So I would say the concept gets pretty stale and the story kind of gets boring by the end, and I definitely had lost my interest in the film altogether once it was over. I'm a big fan of Murray's performance, but I think his character just got to be too cynical and too bitter as this movie kept going on, and he just wasn't a likable character, and it kind of didn't balance well with the amount of humor that they were throwing in. So I think that was mostly due to the story and of the movie itself, and not so much with his performance. But definitely, if it hadn't felt so long, I think his performance would have stood out a little bit more. This movie also stars Tarlyn Barr as Roxy, who meets up with Frank, and the two of them go on this amazing killing spree and just take out everybody that they find annoying or rude. And I think her performance was kind of weak, and you didn't really get much out of her character. And I think it could have been developed a little bit more for her. The killings in this are pretty brutal, and they're kind of over-exaggerated, as they probably should have been for this movie. And I don't have a problem with that. I think when people do those like over-exaggerated deaths and stuff like that, it can be pretty fun if it's done well. And I think in this case it is done pretty well, especially with a lot of the extra blood and stuff like that. So it was definitely a fun time when they were killing everybody. Another thing about the kills was that they would always try to make it run not so smoothly, and I think that really added a lot of believability, especially with stuff like when Frank is trying to blow up the young girl's car, and the little rag that he stuffs into the gas tank, which is on fire, falls out, and he has to like try to pick it up, and he burns his hand and whatever, and then he ends up just shooting her. I think that was hilarious, and that whole scene was a lot of fun. And then stuff like when they go after the young girl's parents, and he kind of chases the mother around in their house. That was a lot of fun because it was just like it made it a little more interesting than him just like going in and shooting everybody else. So I don't know. I think that was an interesting thing to do, and it kind of added to the movie a little bit more. So I thought I was going to really love this movie, but it ended up just being way too long, and it just got really boring. So I would say this isn't really worth checking out. Maybe if you're maybe if you're a fan of what the concept is, or you think it sounds interesting, you should check it out. But otherwise, just totally pass on this. It's not worth it. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and like it right down below. And while you're down there, you can check out the trailer for this movie, a link for last week's episode, which was a review of the Avengers, and also I will have a link for a music video which I have made. I made it for this band called Orange, and I was fortunate enough to do this not too long ago, and I had a whole lot of fun doing it, and I hope you guys will go check that out also. And if you want to see more of these videos, make sure to subscribe right up above, because I have new videos every Monday. For today's question of the day, I want to know, what's one of your biggest pet peeves? You can leave your comments right down below. I'll see you guys next time, and that's it.